So basically right now we're going to run through a mock testimony, and I would like to call anybody who is interested in testifying today to line up at the back. We have anybody? Awesome, there we go. We have our first sign up. As it were an actual meeting.
He needs to sign, and Joanna might need to translate for him. Yes, I will get Joanna as an accommodation. Joanna, Dave wants to testify, and you need your help translating the sign.
We were making a point that he couldn't testify, that he was trying to testify.
So
He could not. He was telling everybody, does anybody understand what I'm saying? No, you can't. Do I understand what you're saying? No, you can't.
So yeah, we have to think about everybody who is not able to receive access to this information. So I do believe that it is important to have the things that we need to push for. Do we have our next speaker who wants to come up? All right.
Thank you very much for your time. My name is Ellen Taylor Brown. I'm the founder of Sensimia Seminars, and I'm here today to talk about the recreational delivery licenses. This is an issue that has recently been brought to my attention. These recreational delivery licenses are not going to be sustainable for those small entrepreneurs. I'm also requesting that the name be changed to recreational delivery licenses to recreational courier licenses, because there's no seed to sale or seed to delivery implementation. Unfortunately, these jobs and the way that this license is set up would make these small businesses pretty much glorified delivery drivers. You could do this for Uber, you could do this for a Grubhub, but it's not going to help the entrepreneur, it's not going to help the business, and most importantly, it's not going to help the patient or the consumer. The prices are going to be higher. It's going to be a substantial cost for them to get it to their house, and we need to think about those that are homebound. The 2-year agreements that the state is proposing need to be longer, and they need to be integrated in, so that way once the 2-year mark is up, these businesses are going to be allowed to continue to thrive and aren't going to get pushed out by the very businesses that they've been forced to work with initially. They're also being told that they can only partner with 3 businesses, and that's outrageous. There are no other companies that will force you to only pick 3 businesses that you can work for. That wouldn't work for a Grubhub, that wouldn't work for a delivery driver. It's just, again, not sustainable. So really what we need here in the Commonwealth is sustainability for the small businesses, for the delivery couriers, carriers, whatever you want to call them. They need to be able to make a livelihood out of this that's more than a 2-year stint. So where is our sustainability is what I want you to go home and think about, because these people aren't just going to create these businesses and then not have a livelihood in 2 years. We're talking about people's livelihoods. We're talking about their family, and we're talking about their belief that they're going to be able to benefit and make a mark in this industry. So let's make sure that they're able to have longevity, and that this is something that their great-great-grandkids can look back and be like, my grandparents were part of ending the prohibition and we were part of the delivery services, because we do need to think about those patients who are unable to get it in their homes. Thank you very much for your time. That was it.
I love it. And I love the eye contact. That was really, really effective. I loved it. It was dope.
Raising the mic.
Good. All right. We can call our next speaker up.
Hello, hello. My name is Vernon Fleming from the Massachusetts Recreational Consumer Council. And I want to talk about the financial obstacles that are put into place for the economic applicants when it comes to finding venues and spacing for their dispensaries. With the Boston, Massachusetts, there are a number of buildings that need both rehabilitation and renovation. With these buildings, the cities can buy up these and subsidize these to economic applicants so that way they can actually find venues for fair use and development for their businesses. With the reefer madness still in full effect with a lot of Massachusetts constituents and landlords, the conservative nature of our community puts into the social obstacle for these economic applicants. The moment somebody says that they're a cannabis organization, a cannabis dispensary, or a cannabis industry, auxiliary or not, they are faced with backlashes from the social pursuits of reefer madness, from the social pursuits of the Reagan administration, from the Nixon administration, from the use of the war on drugs to these communities. The way that we can better these communities is by beautifying them. The way that we can beautify them is by subsidizing and renovating these abandoned buildings all across Boston, Cambridge, Massachusetts area, and subsidizing these buildings so that the cannabis industry, more specifically the economic empowerment applicants, can use these fair use buildings to subsidize their businesses and alleviate any financial or monetary obstacles that may be put in place because of zoning regulations. Thank you.
Excellent job. Can we have our next speaker, please?
Hello. Thank you for your time. My name is Irving JeanJacques. I am a local community connoisseur of marijuana. I would like to talk about the barrier to entry for economic empowerment and just entry in general if you are a black or brown person. First of all, the money you need to get invested in the industry is bananas in my opinion compared to any other industry you want to get in. The regulation, the paperwork, the expert analysis they put upon you, even though there was a thriving black market, illicit market before, I think is a unnecessary burden. Also, they don't invest in, I think it's called ancillary infrastructure, which would allow a lot of people who are black, barred from the industry, like construction, media, apparently, education. All these things could be implemented by state legislation and municipal legislation, which would allow people like me, who are black and brown from the community, to actually get involved in the industry and accrue wealth, but I'm not prepared today, so that's all I have to say. Thank you for your time, I appreciate it.
Next.
So my name is Andrade. I am a local Massachusetts produce farmer, and the committee needs to start assisting small farmers and finding ways to enter into the industry without being impacted, adversely attacked by their local municipalities for speaking up to give farmers an opportunity to get into the industry. Nationally speaking, farmers make an average medium of negative $1,548 a year. We should be given the opportunity to get into a field to grow a crop that can be financially benefit for our farms. And as an economic empowerment applicant who's lived in areas that have been adversely affected by the war on drugs my entire life, have been targeted, and my husband has been targeted, we need pathways to gain access into these other than just labels. To put a label and say economic empowerment is a great thing, but there needs to be something to back that up. And the state needs to start making municipalities held accountable for their actions and not block individuals from entering into the business just because they feel a reefer madness situation. And I think that our community is going to be standing up as these electoral times come up. And I think we're going to be standing and letting everybody know that we want people to respond to what we're doing, and we need to follow the legislation that we're asking for, not go beyond what's asked for.
Excellent. Do we have any more speakers? Going once. This is your last opportunity to practice before the upcoming public comment sessions. But I do want to thank everybody for coming to this training, because it's important that we build these skills so that we can actually make positive change in this industry. So just remember that the hearings are coming up August 14th in Boston, 10 a.m., 50 Milk Street, and then August 15th in Springfield, New England University of Law, at 10 a.m. So I'll see you guys all there, and you guys can all catch this video recap. I want to thank Disrupt Boston for covering this. You guys are awesome. You guys are great. I want to thank Antonio's Hi-Fi Pizza. That was really amazing pizza. Shout out Dorchester. You guys amazing food. And all the consumers and constituents who came out. We love you guys. We'll see you at 7:20. Come through 2 days. It's going to be great.